We're back. Season 3. You already know the drill. We're out here in beautiful Stillwater, Oklahoma. you don't hear people call Stillwater beautiful, but I think it's pretty beautiful. Last time we were in London.
Yeah.
Yeah. Done with our international tour, even though we recorded 2 episodes.
Hey.
Yeah. But
it still counts.
Mm-hmm.
Still counts.
Let me open this door for this person.
Okay.
But cue the intro. Well, as you know, I'm your host, Immanuel.
Yeah, I'm here with Jack, Johnny, yes sir, we in here.
And we're back, Me Personally Podcast. I don't even know what episode, 58, episode 58, episode 1 of season 3, new intro, new logo,
Rebranded, revamped.
Yep.
New and improved.
Mm-hmm. Road to 10,000 subscribers starts right now.
Yes sir.
Yes sir. Let's get right into this. College football is next week.
Yeah.
Why I said next week. College football is on Saturday. And
for some teams, yeah.
For some teams. But OSU is not until next week, and that's the team I want to talk about next because, I don't know, I saw a comment section talking about the new QR codes on the helmets. Someone said, it's basically like tipping a stripper at this point.
Yo. Nah, I ain't heard that one yet.
Hey.
That's crazy.
I'm going to have to get a tattoo of a QR code. Yeah, NIL right here.
That NIL, bro, the NIL has...
Actually, let me not say that. That's kind of like how the 6'6" tattoo, you know what I'm talking about? Never mind. But I'm not going to tattoo that.
NIL has really changed the game, though. Like, the fact that you could put a QR code in the back of, players' helmets now, and they could get funding from whoever's viewing, all around the world, bro. It's kind of crazy. Watching Mike Gundy talk about it, it was wild.
After he just said, "Stop asking for money."
Yeah.
Bro, someone already made a meme, but you know how Bleacher Report has the quotes, memes and stuff. Bro,
yeah.
I'm already gonna be using that meme. I sent in the family group chat. I'm like, yo, my dad should start every time I ask for money, he should send me this. If you guys see this, stop asking for more money.
Yeah.
But
NIL has completely changed the game, bro. I mean, I can't be mad at it because, I think that's what they deserve at the end of the day. Because even though they're not pros, they're still pro athletes at the same time. They're making these schools money. They're making these networks money. So
bro,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure 90% of people
that's
not be going to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's
football, basketball, softball, all these sports.
That's basically having somebody act in one of your films or movies and then not paying them, I think that's kind of unfair. So I think it's definitely a big deal now, and how NIL has moved and changed the game. I respect it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I respect it. This is NIL. We've been talking about paying college players since I was 5. We were writing those essays if you get to choose an essay, you can choose this, or college football players should get paid. I always chose the college football players get paid.
Yeah.
Which, I thought I was going to be one of those players getting paid. But,
facts.
But it's great to see these players getting paid because they definitely earn it. You see stories of players getting hurt and then not even be able to go to the NFL or NBA or MLB because of injuries. So now they get something instead of just the education, because most of the time people are not even taking some people can't take certain majors because of sports.
Yeah.
So just because you get a diploma doesn't mean you want to be. It's that way you want to study. Because most of the time people want to be in media, but they can't do media because classes are during this time where people want to be a doctor, but that being a doctor while playing college football, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but But what's your thoughts on Mike Gundy's quote about the whole entire stop asking for money and just focus on football? Because I feel I understand where he's going at, but it's so stupid for a school that is dead last in recruiting in the Big 12 to tell a football player stop asking for money. That's what they came for,
Yeah.
They don't care about how nice our facility is. They don't care about, oh, we went 10-3. We have the running back, best running back of the year player on our team. They care about the money, and we don't. We already get very.
To be fair, I think that was kind of unfair for him to say, because, bro, you have to. It's like a deal. It's like a contract, kind of. Like, not only is he coming to play for you, but like you're coaching him, and like he's gonna bring revenue regardless of what he does on and off the field. I mean, I kind of see where he's going, but then again, it's like you gotta expect that, especially with how NIL is changing as we speak. Like,
and coaches are other coaches gonna be like, oh yeah, but Oklahoma State, they're not gonna pay you, but we will. Yeah. Texas Tech will.
Yeah.
Baylor will.
The fact that people are offering like $600K to the Colorado State players, like. Different schools are going to offer crazy amount of money.
Colorado was trying to get that Muslim money, that oil money from Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hey, I would love to get that oil money, but Texas, no, you already have that oil money, so.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It seems it's dumb. Like, we're going to see when recruits and transfer portal happens at the end of the season how many people will leave OSU. Luckily, I'll be leaving OSU at that time too, so I don't have to worry about going to the games and watching us lose. That's class of 2026, 27, 28 probably, not 25 anymore, man. So
you think we're going to go downhill?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I feel like that comment might rub players the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, so we'll see how that affects. Dang, what just happened here? What the?
I think it definitely rubs some players the wrong way. It's just like I see where he's coming from, but then again, it's a business, and these players, some players know that it's limited spots in the NFL, and they know that this is their last shot, and they're trying to get paid. So
some players need the money. Like they do need the money. Like
facts. Because especially if you're like offering them scholarships, and then you're making all these promises to them and their family, and then if you don't do it, then it's like kind of like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna ruin your reputation as a coach, and then as a program here, it's just gonna be all bad, bro. And you don't want that as
But I mentioned before about Colorado reaching out to Saudi Arabia to try to get NIL money from there. What's your thoughts about Colorado reaching out to Saudi Arabia? You think if it happens, you think it's going to be the next process of NIL going international with places like Qatar and Saudi Arabia, the place that has like the oil money, that the player, how that contract they gave to Kylian Mbappe for 2 years, $1 billion.
Yeah.
They can definitely pay players. So
yeah. For college though, I'm not sure how that. I think
the NCAA got to step in right there.
Yeah, NCAA has to do something, and like.
Because I got nothing against the country, but it's an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
It's an unfair advantage to get money from Saudi Arabia. You see it in soccer with how much PSG, Man City, their owners are in Saudi Arabia or Qatar, and they get all the players, all the money. Like, man, like let me try to give like an example. See, it's like this, okay? If I go to a party trying to talk to a girl, okay? This guy, I'm just a regular person, don't have a lot of money. But Ollie Gordon walks in. Who are they going to choose?
Thanks.
Ollie Gordon or just regular old me? Guy with NIL money, getting like sponsorship from McDonald's and maybe tequila at this.
Unfortunately, that's how it has to be, bro.
Yeah.
But
so like, I just think it's already unfair for like most schools, but getting countries from outside America to do NIL deal, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Because that'll give that would give teams like Bama or even teams that are in the big market like LA teams or New York teams or Miami teams so much advantage. Next, they're gonna get NIL deal from the cartel or something like that, like that cocaine money. So, but
I wouldn't be surprised if NIL goes international though.
Yeah,
it would be kind of wild to see.
Well, the games are already going international. Like I'm pretty sure there's a Big 12 game happening in Mexico, right? And next game I'll talk about when we do our predictions is in Dublin, in Ireland. So yeah, but let's get right to the predictions. Now we're going to keep in track of every game prediction, and let's see at the end of the season whoever gets the most right.
All right.
Bet. So I'm only going to do like the big games here, like teams I know, not New Mexico State versus Montana State. So first game, Florida State versus Georgia Tech in Dublin, Ireland.
Florida State versus Georgia Tech. I want to say Georgia Tech, bro, just because I don't want to go with Florida State.
Going with Georgia Tech?
Yeah, I think so.
See, I was gonna say Georgia Tech, but since you're going with Georgia Tech,
neutral site, why not?
I'm gonna go with Florida State since you're going with Georgia Tech. I was gonna say Georgia Tech.
Really?
Yeah, but Florida State, safer option. Let's see how this goes. Florida A&M. Oh wait, yeah, Florida A&M versus Norfolk State.
I'm going A&M, bro.
I'm going A&M too.
Yeah, man.
And this game's on ABC 7:30.
Yeah, you know what HBCU I'm going with.
SMU at Nevada.
Let me go SMU.
I'm going with SMU good too. And then Delaware State going all the way to Hawaii.
Oh, snap.
Game's at 11:59 p.m.
Oh, my gosh. Delaware at Hawaii. I'm going to go Hawaii, bro. At home, Delaware State's going to have jet lag.
I got Delaware State, man. East Coast, man. East Coast, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then, let's do a couple more. Let me do all the games for this week since there's not that much. North Alabama versus Southeast Missouri State. I'm just going off the names, bro.
Southeast Missouri State, I guess. Closest to Oklahoma, so let's go with that.
I'm going with North Bama, man. It just got the Bama name in it. So, hopefully I'm right, but...
Now, if you would have said South Alabama, then,
Don't talk about it.
Because
don't get me started.
They put up 33 points on a good team.
Montana State versus New Mexico.
New Mexico.
I'm going with Montana State, man.
Okay.
HBCU.
Okay.
But let's get on to the next topic. Brandon Aiyuk still have not been traded yet. Where do you think he's going to go? Because I think. Sorry for stopping you right there. You're going to ask me a question. Let me just get into my little GM hat right there. So I really think after the Commanders trade away Jahan Dotson, that's when the Commanders are working to get Brandon Aiyuk. Because I can't really think he doesn't want to go to the Browns because who wants to go to Cleveland besides LeBron? He doesn't want to go to New England. Who wants to go to Boston? No, doesn't want.
I was hearing New England though.
I was a racial slur when he play a bad game anyway. So
yeah, okay.
So I think in Pittsburgh seems like a good option for him. He gets to play with George Pickens and he gets to be the wide receiver one. But what can they really give him besides just picks? Like Patriots could have gave players and picks. The Browns was going to give him Amari Cooper. So what can the Steelers can do? And also, can they even afford him? Can they even give a contract out to him? Right. So I feel like the best option is the Commanders. Commanders have the cap space for him. That's why they traded some pieces away. That's what Jaden Daniels and Brandon Aiyuk played together in college when they were both at Arizona State. I feel like it's a perfect situation, and you don't have to worry about him. Like you don't have, as the 49ers, if you trade him to Commanders, they're not gonna make the Super Bowl, so you don't have to worry about them in the playoffs.
That's a fact. I feel like the 49ers will have to let him go to somewhere like they know that they won't have to compete against him, I should say. Yeah. Like, you want to send him somewhere where he's going to make the best of his career. He's going to get the touches that he wants and get the contract that he wants. And I feel like the Commanders can be that team, but at the same time, If I was Brandon Aiyuk, I would want to go compete somewhere. But, it's not ultimately up to him. It's up to the 49ers front office. And I feel like they're going to kind of screw him over a little bit when it comes to that.
Yeah, but this is all the 49ers' fault. He's been asking for a trade for how long? We even knew he wanted to be traded by, since week 16. Since, the Super Bowl, he's been saying he want to get traded.
Yeah.
So, the 49ers could have traded him during the draft. That's the best time to trade someone. You got first-round picks coming in. You got all these things. But no, they decided, we don't want to trade him during it. We're going to convince him.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't show up to training camp. Now you're, scrambling. He might not play during the season, so you're just giving this guy money, and then you don't want him to walk next season for nothing, so you want to get something back for him. So this is honestly all the 49ers' fault. I know the 49ers are going to lose this trade, and they downright deserve to lose the trade. You should trade him as soon as the trade was open. Soon it hit March, you should trade him away. You should trade him during the draft. Could have got a lot of pieces. Could have got a lot of draft pieces in that could have helped this team.
Yeah, facts.
Because, you can pull a Patriot, old Patriots. You don't rebuild, you just reload your team every year.
Yep.
That's my little rant for the day. But hope I'm wrong about this dude. But Bo Nix, man, he's playing good. But I don't want hope. I can't have hope for this guy. Bo Nix, man.
I told you something when y'all drafted him. I think he's gonna be solid, bro. I think he's gonna be solid. I don't think you have anything to worry about with Bo Nix, man. He has experience, bro, because he was 30 years old in college, bro. So I don't think, bro, he knows the game of football.
Yeah.
He's gonna be all right in Denver, bro. He's gonna be okay. It's gonna be.
But we'll see week 1 versus the Seahawks.
Hey, that's his first test.
Yep.
I feel like he'll pass the test, bro. He might not win the game, but he won't have a bad game, bro. I don't think. It's football at the end of the day.
I'm that we're not making the playoffs. We're going to be having a top 5 pick. I won't be saying it won't be his fault. The team's pretty bad, so
yeah.
A lot of issues on the team, but I think Sean Payton actually got his guy. I never saw Sean Payton talk good about his quarterback since Drew Brees, and he been talking good about Bo Nix more. He's been talking good about Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Which that's something that me and Sean Payton has in common. We don't like Russell Wilson. So I think Bo Nix. I hope Bo Nix is that guy. I wasn't really too high him on the draft, but he looks nice in preseason. I haven't been watching preseason because I've been telling myself I'm not watching no Broncos game this year. I don't want to have a hole in the wall. I don't want to have a broken hand. I don't want to lose my voice. I know sometimes I'll come to class the next day, my voice is gone. I need my voice to be talking. I need my voice to talk to the people out here, the me personally podcast people out here. So I'm not watching no Broncos game this year until we start winning. Then I'll be on that train. Then we start losing to the Chiefs. So hopefully Bo Nix is that guy. But I do want a top 5 pick. I saw Travis Hunter say he won't get drafted by the Broncos. So I'm like, okay, Travis Hunter and Denver, him and Surtain.
Now, what if how would that work, though? Would he play the offensive side of the ball, or would he play the defense?
Shoot, he'll play
He's
both.
not playing both in the league, bro. I'm telling you that right now.
Wherever he's better off in college.
Okay, so whatever he has a better season at?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Or wherever the needs is, because we do need both.
Yeah, you do need both.
And a second corner.
Me personally, bro, I'm not putting him on D. I'm putting him on offense.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because he's a dynamic threat, bro. He's like that. So, I mean, that's fair.
And also, we won't be we already have Surtain, so he won't have too much pressure. So he can play some defense, but
yeah, he don't have to.
Mm-hmm. But speaking about pressure, Russell Wilson versus Justin Fields in this quarterback battle. Who do you think is going to win this quarterback battle?
I think they're going to give it to Russell Wilson just because of the veteran experience. He's been playing in the league longer than Justin Fields, so I'm going to go with Russell Wilson on this one. Do I want Justin Fields to start? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Justin Fields. I feel like Justin Fields has been playing a lot better than Russell Wilson this preseason. I feel like if he doesn't get the starting job, he will eventually get the starting job when they lose to the Broncos in, I think, week 2 or 3. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a nice one for me right there, seeing Russell Wilson lose to the Broncos after ruining my team future for the next couple years. So I think Justin Fields is going to win. I feel like Justin Fields has the better talent, you can't teach speed. He has the speed for I don't know. I'm
He
still
has a
Justin,
physical. He has the
I'm still a Justin Fields believer.
He has
I feel
the
like
physical ability to be great, bro. And
sorry.
they took it. They took his. They took his like. I feel like they took his like motivation and his like pride when
It's like
they just gave up on him.
it's like Markelle Fultz all over. Like he just doesn't have the confidence anymore.
Yeah.
That's what. And I feel like Mike Tomlin is his goal is just to build up Justin Fields' confidence. So that maybe he's not going to come out there for week 1, week 2, week 3, but maybe week 4, if week 5 comes by, he's going to take that starting spot away, and he's going to lead the Steelers to
One thing
in the playoffs.
One thing about Mike Tomlin and the Steelers, they're always going to find a way to make the playoffs, whether it's wild card or like
they always find a way to beat the Ravens.
At the end of the season, not in the playoffs though, not in the playoffs, but like.
Weren't you guys 0-2 against the Steelers?
Regular season, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to find a way to make the playoffs because, like, they're going to beat you guys twice. They're going to lose to the Browns and Bengals, but Ravens going to win the division. And then it's going to be the Browns. Not Browns. Then it's going to be the Bengals. And then either Browns or Steelers going to get that third spot in the playoffs.
You said we losing or winning the division?
You're winning the division, but you're still going to lose to the Steelers.
That's fair. I mean, I guess I could dig that. No.
I'm not trying to insult your team. I'm a huge Lamar fan.
Well, I know how our games go against the Steelers. It's either we're injured and we lose, or like the Steelers just get us somehow. Like Mike Tomlin is our like kryptonite, I guess.
Yeah, he has your number.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we just let go of Patrick Queen to.
Yeah, but the Olympic flag football, Mr. Darnell Dunichet, whatever his name is, says that I don't think these, which I understand what he's saying. He said I don't think that NFL players should just join the team. They should have a trial like all of us, which he has a point. And then he goes on saying something crazy like, well, I'm actually better than Patrick Mahomes, man. Flag football, man. Flag football is a whole entirely different sport than the NFL, even though I feel like maybe it's different for defense and wide receivers, but for the quarterback position, getting not hit is totally different than like the NFL. Like I feel like you'd be more comfortable about in flag football. So
like I see where he's coming from, but the last part when he's talking about Patrick Mahomes, bro, like be for real, bro.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Patrick Mahomes is in the GOAT conversation for flag football, and
I'm gonna have a hot take here. I don't think Patrick Mahomes is going to be the QB1 for the flag football team.
Who would be QB1? Lamar?
Yeah.
Because you have to run. Yeah.
And I feel like isn't like for flag football you can they have to play both sides too on the field.
Yeah, I think
and Lamar has the speed to play defense, like play a little linebacker or safety spot.
Yeah, I think what is it like? It's either like 5 seconds before like the defense can come after the quarterback or something.
Yeah, like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3
Mississippi.
Yeah.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, I say I see 3 players getting this spot over Patrick Mahomes. And also Patrick Mahomes is going to be 32 by the time this happens.
Yeah.
So I can see Lamar, I can see Jalen Hurts, and I can see Kyler Murray. Those 3 players. Or Josh Allen out there. You can put him in there too.
Kyler Murray would be a cheat code.
Oh, it's Kyler Murray. I feel like they got to go with a 2 QB lineup, man.
Yeah.
Have Lamar
throwing double passes.
Or have Kyler be quarterback and Lamar be wide receiver or something like that. You don't have something crazy right there.
Or put Lamar at scat back or something.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. But honestly, who do you think is going to be on this Olympic team roster?
For football?
Yeah.
2028 is far from now, bro. So you can't I can't really give you like too many names, but I would just assume Lamar.
Okay, so it's 5v5. So give offense. Let's do based off current players. Okay. 5 on offense and 5 on defense.
So what, like 3 receivers, running back, and quarterback? Lamar.
Well, 2 receivers, tight end.
Okay.
And running back.
2 receivers, tight end, and 2028. I'm gonna go with a rookie right now.
Okay.
For tight end, Brock Bowers. And then 2 receivers. I'll go. This is random, bro, because I can't really say. Garrett Wilson. Quarterback Lamar. Running back I would go I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a young running back that could possibly be like, entering his prime in like 2028.
All right, got one, but I'm not giving one.
And then I'm gonna go Tank Dale with the other receiver. Who you talking about? Bijan Robinson?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. But like, I was just trying to think of like young players that would be able to play in 2028.
Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, who you say your quarterback was?
I said Lamar.
Okay, let me go to someone different. Okay, I'll go with Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
All right. Since he's on the cover, you're Jalen Hurts or Kyle Murray. Who are your receivers?
Garrett Wilson and Tank Dale.
I'm gonna go with Jefferson and Jamar.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with right there. Jefferson with Jamar, or actually Jefferson and CD.
Okay.
I know some Cowboys fans gonna complain I didn't say CD, so I'm gonna go with Jefferson and CD. And then tight end, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go based off now, so I'm gonna go with, tight end. They have to snap the ball and block too sometimes, so I'm gonna go with George Kittle as my tight end.
Okay.
And then running back, give me CMC.
Okay. CMC. Yeah. I went all young players on mine because 2028. Who knows what's gonna happen? Yeah. So I think that's why I went with who I went with. I mean, but. Yeah.
Yeah, but transition to the NBA. So this little new thing, I got a lot of work right here. But new thing, so since the NBA is a couple months away, I'm going to give you guys two teams, a little preview of each team. We're going to discuss them both and see how this goes. So we're a couple months away before the NBA regular season starts. And I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to team from the West and the East. So when you think about global iconic teams in the NBA, who do you think about?
Global iconic?
Yeah.
The Lakers and the Celtics.
Okay, I was saying Lakers and Knicks. You think Los Angeles and New York. And Los Angeles and New York are like in the top 25 for most populated cities, and 1 and 2 for in America.
Yeah.
And of course you got the Lakers and you got the Knicks. Everybody knows about the Lakers, everybody knows about the Knicks, but teams that always get disrespected, teams that are kind of similar in
the same city.
Yep, in the same city. The little brothers, the disrespected, no one cares about them. The Clippers and the Brooklyn Nets. So see, as much as the media giants like talking about LeBron, the Nova Knicks, Spike Lee, Bronny, Bing Bong, how the Lakers and Knicks and Gax convinced Michael Jordan to join the time machine from 1986 to hop on their team and play for them, how delusional they are during the free agency. I'm going to go talk about the little brothers of the two franchise, Clippers and Nets. And then throughout LA and New York City, you always have the big brothers and little brothers of the team. For like LA, you got the Dodgers, Rams or Raiders, Lakers and Kings, and even USC football, you want to count that. While you got the Chargers, Angels, Ducks, and Clippers, and then you want to say UCLA football. And then in New York, you got the Rangers, Yankees, Giants, and Knicks, and then you got the Nets, Mets, Jets, and Islanders for the little brothers. And it's hard to compete against your crosstown rivals because you're not just competing for your fan base in the city. You're also competing
for money.
You're competing for the money. You're competing for people to come, sponsorships. You're competing for just loyalty.
Yeah.
And media attention too.
Because it could easily get split, and
And we go to Oklahoma State. Every time I say I go to Oklahoma State, people say, "Oh yeah, the Sooners had a good season this year."
Not the Sooners, bro.
And we're not. And it's.
Unfortunately, we go to a school that is considered,
it's considered a little brother.
Little brother, but
it's
not recently though.
It's not that you're fighting to be noticed by your home team or hometown. It's just you're fighting to be respected by everyone else that's not in the circle of Oklahoma or New York City or LA. And it's beating off the comparison, like, oh, Lakers are having a great season. What's the Clippers doing? The Clippers haven't won nothing. Or Knicks got all these people coming to their games. The Nets. No one cares about the Nets. No one cares about Brooklyn.
Yeah.
However, some teams can be able to fight these comparison to be on equal grounds as their crosstown rivals, like the Giants and Jets. You hear about the Giants as much as you hear about the Jets. Okay, they're both terrible.
Yeah.
So like, and then you also like USC and UCLA are both also equally respected teams in other sports besides football. So, but however, for me, since I started watching the NBA in 2011, Clippers and Nets has always been a laughable organization. Since 2008, the Clippers have players like Paul George, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, John Wall, Serge Ibaka, Lou Wills, SGA, Tobias Harris, Blake Griffin, CP3, DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford, JJ Redick, Karan Butler, Lamar Odom, Elton Brand, Baron Davis, and Zach Randolph. A lot of star players for an organization that only been to a whopping one conference championship appearance during a weak 2021 playoff run, with most of the players were injured. I can go down the list what went wrong during this time. Injuries to big star players, playoff failures, like when they blew that lead to Oklahoma State when they were up by 10 points, 8 points, with like 1 minute left to go, and they lost the game. Like I'm gonna put up the clip of Chris Paul scoring the back, and they're up, and then they end the game from turnover to KD, shot with 3, 3-point play from Russell Westbrook, stole the ball, and Russell Westbrook I remember watching that game as a kid. And they also got the Donald Sterling scandal. The Lob City era collapse. Struggle with find their team identity. Blow 3-1 leads. Overpaying or overtrading for players. And the Kawhi and Paul George failed experiment. Some say with bad luck. I would agree. It's bad luck. You know, when players get hurt, it's bad luck. But that doesn't excuse the fact of players getting a choking 3-1 leads, like when they blew a 3-1 lead to the Rockets in the conference semifinals, when they blew a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets in the conference semifinals, when they blew that lead against the Thunder, or when they went, or I'm trying to think. I'm about to say the Rockets, but yeah, but multiple failed playoffs. Multiple failed playoff runs, and the Clippers were making right moves. But it seemed like every time they make the right move, something would happen. Something would fumble. They choke the playoffs, or bad coaching decisions, or injuries. Like I remember, before they got rid of Paul George and Chris Paul, both Blake Griffin was hurt. The year before, both Chris Paul and Blake Griffin was hurt. Like it seemed like the Clippers can never take a break, and not like they have even after the Donald Sterling scandal, they got an owner that actually cares about the team. He put $2 billion, whatever, how much money put in this new stadium, and it looks nice. It looks like not football. It looks like a basketball stadium based off football stadiums designed back in Europe. How they have the wall. How it's more seated towards the fans. But it's gonna suck when there's not that many people in there because their teams suck. Their team files suck.
I think they just need to rebuild the structure of the actual team and not the things that come with the team, you know.
And when Paul George and Kawhi Leonard joined in 2019, it looked like they had a chance. Kawhi just left a perfect situation, in my opinion, of the Toronto Raptors after winning the championship, and the East looked like they can walk through any year if he would stay. Yeah. But he went to his hometown team of the Los Angeles Clippers, and which is the best thing, I guess, after the Warriors and Lakers. And with the Clippers actually had a solid roster. They had 3-time $6 million a year Lou Williams, Zubac, Montrezl Harrell, who won $6 million later on, Patrick Beverley, Avery Bradley, Landry Shamet. But that wasn't enough for Kawhi, so they went out and make the big trade for Paul George. We already know all the picks. Trey Mann was one of those first-round picks. Jalen Williams was one of those first-round picks. Jameer Jacquez Jr. was one of those first-round picks. Dylan Jones was one of those first-round picks. And they still have 2026 first-round pick, 2023 first-round pick swap, and 2025 first-round pick, which also include second runner-up for MVP this year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Danilo Gallinari were part of those trades. I'm just saying, all those players would have been nice on the Clippers right now. Yeah. But they decided to go all in. I'm like, okay, they have a nice roster now. 2020, the bubble happens. They were 2-1 against the Lakers. They had 49-23 record before the shutdown. But we already knew the story. They blew a 3-1 lead against the Nuggets. Oh, man, it's the bubble, man. It's the bubble, bro. I just wasn't there mentally right. Bro, everybody was in the same situation as you, okay? Don't say no, you didn't care, because clearly everybody else cared. Yeah. But you. So they're going to use that excuse. But you think, okay, at least they made the playoffs in the second round. They can get closer. So next year, everybody was injured, so they made all the way to the conference finals. First time ever in history for the Clippers. but they lost. Okay, you can always go up from there. Next year, both Paul George and Kawhi both hurt. They lose to the Timberwolves in the play-in. They didn't even make the playoffs in 2022. That helped us get Jalen Williams, by the way, too. So, and then 2023, Paul George and Kawhi both missed the first round matchups for the Suns, which was just Russ West versus the Suns, which, Russ West did nice, but it wasn't nice enough to lose to the first round. And then again, Paul George was kind of healthy. Kawhi was out. James Harden was basically just him and Paul George and Russ versus the Mavericks, which they lost in the first round in 6. So even though Kawhi played less game than Paul George on the Clippers, decided to go with a contract extension for Kawhi over Paul George, which didn't make sense. Which, of course, Paul George take offense to that. He said that on the podcast. So I would say, so that's just ended the era right there, the Kawhi and Paul George experiment. And then with the current roster, look at the roster right here. Bo Mamba, Chris Dunn, Kevin Porter Jr., Nicholas Batum, Derrick Jones Jr., James Harden, Kai Jones, Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, the guy that can't keep his hands to himself, Joshua Primo, Kobe Brown, PJ Tucker, Avada Zubac, Terrence Mann, Bones Highland. Ross looks bad, to be honest. We're going to have a good pick.
A bunch of role players.
We're going to have a good pick. Cooper Flag might be on the Thunder next year, by the way. So what do you think what's next for the Clippers after my long rant?
They just need to start over, bro.
See, I feel like
both of these teams, honestly,
they have no future too. They have no picks because we have all their picks. Either us, Sixers, Heat, Houston. That's where all the picks are at, scattered around NBA.
Yeah.
Hey
man, it ain't even nothing you could do to save them at this point.
It's like a college girl on Saturday. The Clippers are easy, easy to get something from them, like picks or something like that. Everybody slept around with them, so
yeah, they've been there throughout the whole association, basically. But
yeah, but I actually think the Brooklyn Nets are in a much better situation than Clippers, even though the KD and James Harden and Kyrie experiment didn't work. They actually got pieces back for KD and Kyrie, and then they traded Mikal Bridges for several first-round picks for the Knicks. They're actually in a better spot because Nets, throughout since I watched the NBA, no one watched them. From having Brooke Lopez, Darren Williams, Joe Johnson, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, but getting Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett cost him Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Colin Sexton, which helped the Celtics out a lot with Tatum and Brown and trading Sexton for Kyrie, which, eventually led to this and this and this. But I think the Nets are in such a better situation. Nets will get Cooper Flag because they actually have their draft pick. Unlike the Knicks, because the Nets went all in during free agency. Only time they actually went in on a player was James Harden, which they got Ben Simmons, but
yeah,
he's there, just another guy, just Jag,
just a guy.
But what do you think about the Brooklyn Nets next year? How do you think their season gonna go out, or their future?
I don't know. I feel like the Brooklyn Nets always. They're gonna be 10th. Not you can work with it,
Only person on that roster is Cam Thomas. That's the only one I know.
Yeah.
I feel like Cam Thomas, he's gonna have a good year because he's the only one going to be getting the ball.
Yeah.
He's gonna be shot chucking.
Yeah, it's it's a workable situation. You can work that out, I think. Yeah. So it won't be too bad for the Brooklyn Nets, But
I think next team I'm going to talk about, I got to do a lot more research. But next thing I'm going to do the Detroit Pistons and the Houston Rockets. Since both teams had top 3 picks for the past couple years, but one team's going one way, other team's going another way. We're going to talk about next podcast, man. But the NBA schedule came out the other day. I don't know why they keep on disrespecting us. No Christmas game? Bro, I'm just saying, that Timberwolves versus Mavericks game was laughable, okay? It wasn't even close.
Why are they putting Wemby on a Christmas game? I don't know. I guess that's the narrative that you have to push.
It would make sense if it was Wemby versus Chet, since they kind of have a rivalry, even though Chet said there's no beef. We'll talk about that later. But that would have been a better matchup. Thunder versus Spurs, but they don't want us to have a Christmas game, which is what it is. Knicks Spurs didn't make sense. That's the thing. This doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why the Suns are still they're still putting the Suns in the game. I know they have KD, but like, really? And then I know it's the Lakers and Warriors, but it's the team that came in the 8th seed versus
the 10th seed.
The 10th seed. Like,
yeah.
What world? I don't care if it's LeBron James prime on the 2008 Hornets, not 2011 Hornets versus Michael Jordan in his prime on the 2016 Sixers. I'm not going to watch that game. I don't want to watch just because there's two iconic players on both teams and iconic franchise. Both teams suck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go on later because I got a theory, but both teams sucks and they're both on their last leg. I won't be surprised. LeBron might retire next year. Curry might retire in 1 or 2 years. Like, we want something new. We see LeBron and Curry every year. LeBron or Curry or Lakers versus Clippers. Like, I know it's the Lakers, but like, come on, it's Christmas. Give us the young teams. Like, I like to see. Well, of course, I want to see the Thunder. Maybe Grizzlies, Thunder, or something like that. Like some of these young players, young teams. Like, I know they gave that with the Knicks and the Spurs and the Mavericks and the Nuggets, but I don't want to see the Suns. I don't want to see the Lakers. I don't want to see the Warriors. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna keep overlooking us until we win.
Yeah.
You know, but.
All right. But hey, when that parade comes here next summer, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I might be on a float. I'll find my way. But who's the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics?
In the East or in general?
In general.
I'm gonna give you two teams. The team in the East, I'm gonna go with Milwaukee. And then the team in the West is the team that's basically built just like you. And that's the Thunder.
Yep.
So, I mean.
Why Milwaukee?
Because I don't care what nobody says, Giannis is still an NBA player. He's still in the league, and he's probably, when healthy, he's the most dominant player in the league. Like, in terms of dominance, with like on both sides of the ball, defense and offense, Giannis is really tall, really muscular, really beefy, and he'll do the dirty work when he has to. So Giannis is gonna do whatever it takes to win, bro. And as long as he's healthy, and as long as Chris Middleton is healthy, and they also have Damian Lillard to shoot the ball. So like, Milwaukee really hasn't lost anybody. They just, had some injuries this playoffs that hindered them from going to where they needed to go. But
another regret in getting rid of Drew Holiday, because Drew Holiday, I think I said this when he got traded for Dame. I'm like, I said the Sixers should have went after him, but the Celtics did. I'm like, he's a game changer for any team.
Yeah.
But I think biggest threat for them in the East has to be the New York Knicks. I feel like the power of friendship, man. I love it. I just love the story. I
don't believe in it.
I feel like they have a good enough starting lineup. I feel like they won't beat the Celtics, but like they're gonna be in there against them in the conference finals.
I think each, like 3 out of the 5 players in their starting lineup has to drop 30 for them to beat the Celtics, bro. And when it comes to the power of friendship, like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't believe in that when it, like, in playoff time, bro. I don't think that's not how it's gonna work, because
I don't think there's a real power of friendship. The real power of friendship is in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe in the Knicks' power of friendship. I don't believe that they'll be doing anything special, because defense is what's going to win you the games that matter, and that's what the Celtics do. They play defense. They force turnovers. And if you watch the Knicks this past playoffs, they struggled against the Pacers with turnovers, and, And
also, it also depends if they're healthy. Like, they still need a big.
They still need a big, and they still need a bench.
They lost Harkenstein. But even though they still have Mitchell Robinson, but when the last time Mitchell Robinson was
He hasn't been healthy. Yeah.
So they still need a big. They need a bench. Yeah, because what? Only players I can know that's on the roster is Brunson, Bridges, Hart, DiVincenzo, Randall, Robinson. I can't really think about anybody else on the roster, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I gotta look it up. So, but I feel like the biggest threat is probably the Knicks, but not really. I don't really think it's gonna be the Knicks that beat them.
I think
I feel like the only thing that can beat the Celtics in the East is the Celtics.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, let me change my answer. The biggest threat to the Boston Celtics is the Boston Celtics because it's hard to win back-to-back games. You know, sometimes it's boring winning. You know.
Yeah, facts.
See, me, I'm used to winning. You know, like when I play a certain someone in FIFA or Madden. I just keep on winning and winning and winning. It's get boring, you know. Sometimes I want to change it up, try different plays, try this. Like when you saw like the Warriors had players writing up playbooks when they was like dominating against the Phoenix Suns. Like even though disrespect, you gotta keep something new, something fresh, and also you gotta come up with something different. Like teams are gonna know, okay, Celtics like doing this. Just we gotta respect Jaylen Brown more. You know, we know he's just as good as Jason Tatum now. You know, Derek White, we gotta not disrespect him though. We now know he's a solid starter on his team. You know, he can go off. He can randomly go off for like 25 points if he wants to. You know, he's not just another role player. Drew Holiday, we gotta respect his defense now. Like now, people know who's on that Celtics roster now, and then you also got people leaving. You got people joining rosters now. So I feel like the biggest threat is the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
If we're talking about West, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder right there. Thunder. If I'll say 3 teams in the West that's good enough to play the Celtics: Thunder, Nuggets, and Timberwolves right there.
Yeah.
So,
and I would add the Grizzlies in there that now that everybody's back and healthy. So, but yeah.
So, I don't know. It just seems something like I know it was a couple of weeks away, but it was so special to see KD, LeBron, and Steph on one team. Like, it almost made me cry, man. Like I never. Like, this is the first time I actually have to root for Steph Curry. And I can see why Warriors fans are so annoying, bro. Because when Curry was making shots, I'm like, oh my gosh, Curry! Like,
yeah.
Like, I felt like a little kid watching Curry. Like, I can see why Fly be like, oh man, Steph Curry is so inspirational, man. Like, bro.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, bro. And I'm glad they got the gold, too, bro. Because they had to shut a lot of people up.
So you saw that collab post?
Yeah.
Him taking off?
Yeah.
Guard for the Warriors? I'm just saying, maybe I don't know. He doesn't look bad in the gold and purple, man. Yeah. I'm not even a Lakers. I'm not a Lakers fan, but he does look good in the gold and purple.
Yeah. It'll be. I don't think he's going to leave though.
Yeah.
I
don't know what they can trade for him. Like.
I think he'll stay, bro. Just exciting to see though. You know. But we'll see.
But 2028 now. KD, LeBron, Steph is gone. Who's going to be on that roster in 2028?
AE, Bam, Ja, Jason Tatum.
He's going to get minutes.
Yeah, he'll probably be a starter, honestly.
Yeah.
Man, let me go ahead and put Jalen Williams in there. I hope J-Dub will be able to play by 2028. Let me think of some bigs for us. I think AD is going to opt out, so I don't think AD will be on that team. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some young players once again.
Lincoln?
Who?
Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln? Who? Alex Caruso?
No, Chet.
Oh, Chet? Yeah. Oh, yeah, Chet. Cooper Flag will be in the league by then.
Yep.
Who's another big? I don't know. Paulo probably be on the team.
Or, you don't know, he might be on Italy.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. This is hard to say. It's 4 years away, bro, and you never know. Like, now, if we was like a year away from the Olympics, then it would be like a different story. We'd probably have an idea. But
let me tip my hat in this, okay? So I got Starting lineup. Uh, Jaw, Ant, Tatum, Chet, Bam, and then we got that's right there. And then two more guards. I'll say Cade. Uh, I want to say Brunson, but like, is he? He's like 30 right now, so like, is he gonna be?
I don't think
he's gonna
he
be
will
there.
be.
So, I said Cade, and then I guess Halliburton. I think I'm missing someone. No, wait, Tyrese instead of Halliburton. And then I only one more. I put Halliburton in there. So, and then J Dub, and then Paulo, and then I just need two more. I'm trying to think. Cooper Flag, and then oh, Jaylen Brown.
Okay. Yeah, Jaylen Brown for sure. I'm tripping. Dang, my bad.
I probably forgot some. I'm not looking at a list.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comment section who's going to be on the 2028 Olympics roster for the NBA.
Yep.
But you saw what Anthony Edwards said about 90s basketball and MJ? He said that Michael Jordan was the only skilled player in the 90s. Do you agree with that?
I want to say yeah, because when you look at Michael Jordan's level of competition, it was nothing like the competition today.
But
now, I'm sure everybody can agree with that, but the only skilled player, I don't know. I won't
say that because you got Isaiah Thomas and the bad boy Pistons right there. You had Clyde Drexler on the Trailblazers. You got
when he said skill, I think
are you talking about like guards, or are you just talking about players in general?
Players in general, like skill, like dribbling, shooting, defense.
If he's talking about that, like yeah, not these guards, but I feel like there was talents in the 90s, like Penny Hardaway was there. Who else? I'm trying to think. Reggie Miller, like there was he was not the only skilled player. That's just disrespecting all the legends. I'm just saying it's not as skilled as now.
I think that's what he means, though.
Yeah, I feel like it came out wrong because some of the players, some of the '90s players wasn't taking it right. So.
But yeah, I don't think he was like saying anything, like, or trying to be disrespectful to any player in the '90s. But
Yeah, but we'll go with the last topic right here. So Chet was on the Paul George podcast talking about the NBA, talking about his injury and stuff. But one thing came in question: do you have beef with Wimby? Because they have been playing against each other since they were like since they were teenagers for like Team USA and stuff like that. So do you think Chet said there's no beef, but you think there's acts? Does he really have beef with Victor?
One thing about every Thunder player, bro, I don't think they have beef with anybody. They're just really competitive, and at the end of the day, it's the game of basketball.
Yeah.
And Chet's like just really competitive, and so is Wimby. And they just want to be better than the next person. Chet's want to be considered better than Wimby, and Wimby wants to be considered better than Chet. But if you look and you put Chet in Wimby's shoes, like swap them, it would still be the same situation. Just different jerseys. So, I mean, people gonna try to make it beef and make it seem that way when it's really not. But I don't think there's beef. I'll take Chet for his word.
Yeah. But besides the Chet versus Victor rivalry, what rivalry you want to see more on this season?
Players-wise or teams?
Player-wise.
What rivalries are in the NBA though? Like
I say
like LeBron and Steph. That's kind of over with.
Yeah. I say like not the old players, like the the younger players.
Okay. I want a Ja Morant and Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I was about to say Ja versus Ant. Like people now treating Ant like he was Ja a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I want Ja to claim back what was his.
Yeah, facts.
Get that back in blood.
Hot take. I think AE's run is going to come to a halt. Not an end, but a halt when Ja Morant comes back. And it's going to be fun to watch, bro. Honestly, I think.
Yeah. I'll also say like I'll say Ant and Shea. Amount of time Ant was talking about Shea, like camera cut out for us, so we're just gonna wrap the podcast for now. Hope you guys have a great day. What's out your socials?
Sir, not J.Jack on Instagram or the real J.Jack _ on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
Primetime.Alpha on Instagram and TikTok. Worldwide, I guess. And make sure you follow the podcast on YouTube. Sorry, let me come with more. Make sure you follow the podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, for Roku, Apple, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Instagram, TikTok, X, not the other one, and Threads. Yes, sir. We're out. All right.
Peace.